Welcome to the Wind Up with Will, everyone. I'm your host, Will, here with another episode. And today I'm going to be talking about the Super Bowl. It was almost 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry I've not gotten a video out in that time. I've been very busy trying to go to the gym. I've been busy in the afternoons. I've just not had much time. So I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I've got this Super Bowl video I'm doing, and then I want to do a video talking about the NFL awards. We've got the Winter Olympics going on right now. Want to recap some of that. Talk about MLB spring training coming out. I still want to talk about my Mets. I want to do a video on that. I've got a lot of videos that I want to do. I just got to sit down and make them. So without further ado, let's go and talk about the Super Bowl. 2 weeks ago, the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots faced each other in the Super Bowl. Both of them were 14-3 on the year. The Seahawks were the 1 seed in the NFC. The Patriots were the 2 seed in the AFC. And this was a rematch of the 2014 Super Bowl. That was 12 years ago. That'd be Super Bowl 48. This was Super Bowl 60. This or was it 49? It's either 48 or 49 where they faced. I think it was 48. So it was a rematch, and the Seahawks got the revenge this time, winning the game 29-13. This was a pretty defensive game. The halftime score was 9-0 Seattle. Seattle scored the first 19 points in the game. The first 4 scores were 4 field goals. 3 in the first half, 1 in the third quarter, make it 12-0. Then before they scored a touchdown, A.J. Barner, 16-yard pass from Sam Darnold, and then Jason Myers made another kick, the extra point to put them up 19-0. With 12:27 left, the Patriots drove down and scored a touchdown, a 35-yard pass to Mac Hollins from Drake May. Then the Seahawks went down and scored a field goal with only 5:35 left in the game to make it 22-7. And they scored a touchdown, which was a 45-yard interception return off of Drake May to make it 29-7. And then the Patriots went and scored with 2:21 left in the fourth, and failed on the 2-point conversion, making it 29-13. And then they failed the onside kick. This game, and some people said this beforehand, I didn't necessarily think it, that it might be that the Seahawks might possibly run away with it just from the fact that New England hadn't played anyone, that they weren't really tested in a lot of their games. And New England was kind of lucky to get here. They had a super easy schedule. Then they had the perfect playoff run of facing the Chargers, whose offense was not very good. The Chargers did not play well in that playoff game. Then they faced the Texans, who had like 6 turnovers in the game. Then they faced the Broncos in the AFC title game, who were without their starting quarterback. And then they get to the Super Bowl. Also, a blizzard happened in that game that hurt Denver's chances of ever scoring. So New England went on kind of I don't want to say it was just lucky. There was luck involved in it, but they were fortunate to get here. I think New England's a good team. I don't think that they're arguably one of the best teams. Some people said the real Super Bowl was the NFC title game. That's what some people. That's not what I'm saying. That's what other people are saying. Of the Rams were maybe the other really good team, and them and the Seahawks just happened to both be in the NFC and also in the same division. So anyway, back to the game. It's very interesting that Kenneth Walker was the MVP of this game. He had 135 rushing yards. What were his receiving yards? He had 26 receiving yards, so that gives him 161 yards total in the game. He was the MVP, even though he didn't score a touchdown. I think I like that it wasn't given to a quarterback because Sam Darnold was not the reason they won this game. I really think it should have been either a defensive player or it should have been Jason Myers. Jason Myers arguably single-handedly won them the game by making 5 field goals. If you count the 2 extra points he kicked, he scored 17 points for the Seahawks. The Patriots scored 13. I honestly think it probably should have been Jason Myers as the MVP of this game. Um, just phenomenal performance. It was a record for field goals made in a Super Bowl by a kicker. So I think he was a little underappreciated. He maybe should have been Super Bowl MVP or someone on the defense. Again, Kenneth Walker had a good game, 135 yards on 27 carries, and then 26 receiving yards, getting him a total of 161 total yards. Let's talk about the quarterback. Sam Darnold did enough to win this game. He didn't make super flashy passes or anything. He didn't have to put. They also didn't have to put the team on his back because the defense played super well. They made the plays they needed to make. They got in position. The coaching staff made the right decision to kick field goals. There wasn't no, well, we're going to go for it on fourth down. We're going to make the right decision. We're going to kick the field goal. We're going to take the points. And by halftime, they had a 9-0 lead. And by the fourth quarter, they had a 12-0 lead. And then when they finally managed to score their touchdown, they're up 19-0 because they chose to kick field goals. This is something some other coaches just don't seem to understand. Of it's a free 3 points basically with how good the kickers are. You ought to take the field goal rather than go for it every time on fourth down. Now that's a little aside. Drake May ended up with more passing yards than Sam Darnold in this game, but his team was behind, and so they're having to throw more. He was 27 of 43 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I don't think he played very well in this game. Most everyone says he didn't play well in this game. If you watch it, if you go watch the game or you watch highlights, he did not play well. He missed a lot of throws. He threw high. He threw outside. He overthrew some wide open guys at times. He had 2 interceptions. In one of the interceptions, it was like, who was he throwing to? It was just straight over the middle into a defender's hands. He did not look good in this game, but I think part of it is that Seattle's defense had him rattled. He didn't have time to throw. They couldn't run the ball. He was the leading rusher for the Patriots with 37 yards. New England was just outmatched in this game. Seattle was the better team. They had the better defense. They had the better offense, and I think Sam Darnold was the better quarterback in this game. He didn't turn the ball over. He was 19 of 38 for 202 yards and 1 touchdown. He did what he needed to do. And Seattle was able to run the ball effectively as well. Kenneth Walker had 135 yards. He was the Super Bowl MVP for a reason. He had a good game. Even though he didn't score a touchdown, he had a good game and was a key contributor in them winning the game. So Seattle was just the more well-rounded team in this. And it's kind of one of those things where it's not an exciting finish. It's not this big, super exciting game. It is in some ways a boring game. A lot of people are saying this is one of the most boring Super Bowls ever, and I think I'd maybe have to agree to that to some extent. The Super Bowl was a very lopsided affair. New England didn't even score till the fourth quarter. They didn't look very good. The commercials were also kind of bland, so people were kind of bashing the commercials. I was at a Super Bowl party with my Sunday school class from church, so I couldn't really hear the commercials. There was only a couple that I kind of saw. Most of the time I was eating or conversating with friends, so I didn't really catch the commercials. I care more about the game, so I focused on the game, and at times, every now and then, I missed a play because I'm eating, talking with people, and all of a sudden I look up and the Seahawks are down the field. They've moved 30 yards or whatever. So it was not the most exciting Super Bowl that I've watched. Having said that, I think Seattle was clearly the better team. I think New England had a phenomenal season. First year under Mike Vrabel to go all the way to the Super Bowl. He is absolutely a coach of the year. He had a phenomenal first season with the Patriots, turned them completely around. They make the Super Bowl, and with their young quarterback Drake May, even though he didn't play well in it, he has a bright future ahead of him. And I think the Patriots, they're going to be in a position to go back to a Super Bowl at some time. I think they've got to make some improvements, and Drake May has to improve as well. But they are a team that can get back here. And it's also very interesting and also kind of unfortunate that this is another example of Stephon Diggs not winning the Super Bowl. So many times with the Vikings or the Bills, he couldn't get to the Super Bowl. Star wide receiver, Hall of Fame level kind of wide receiver. He goes to the Patriots. They make the Super Bowl, but they lose it. So Stephon Diggs has gotten so close so many times on so many great teams, and he's not won it yet. So part of me feels for him that he's not been able to win it. But I think if he stays with the Patriots, they could be back here again next year. They're a really good team, and we'll see how the Chiefs and the Bills rebound, and the Ravens and the Bengals. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC and a lot of good quarterbacks. So we'll see if the Patriots get back here. I think they can. I think they've got a great head coach. I think Drake May is going to be a phenomenal quarterback in this league. And so I think they will be in good position to be back here. I think the Seahawks are going to be in a good position to get back here as well. They've got a great defense. Mike McDonald is a great head coach for them. Sam Darnold has shown the world that he is a good quarterback. And something I saw that was very interesting was he is the first USC quarterback, starting quarterback, to win a Super Bowl, which is to me mind boggling considering how many great quarterbacks USC has had over the years, how many national championships USC has won in college football. You would think that they would have at least produced one starting quarterback that would win the Super Bowl. Stanford has produced more Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, and I think it's Jim Plunkett and John Elway than USC, which to me is kind of a mind-boggling thing that I'd never realized before. But congrats to Sam Darnold, Mike McDonald, and the Seattle Seahawks on winning a Super Bowl. The way they played that game, the way they performed, they are absolutely deserving of it. And if I don't have, I guess I should maybe not have as many gripes with Kenneth Walker winning the MVP, because really you could give it to anyone on that team. They played as a team. A full 60 minutes, they played as a team. Everyone did their job that they needed to do, and they won the game. That's all you can ask for. Or really, that's the best you can ask for in those situations, and especially at the highest pinnacle of the sport of football, the Super Bowl. They played a complete game. They were clearly the best team in the NFL this year, and so props to them for winning the Super Bowl. And I am excited for the NFL draft in April. I'm excited for the start of next season. Hopefully, the Cowboys and Titans can perform better. But that's all I've got for this video talking about the Super Bowl. Let me know your thoughts down below on the Super Bowl. Did you like it? Oh, I guess another thing I'll finish this first. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you like the Super Bowl? Was it boring? Were you a Seahawks fan, Patriots fan? Who are you cheering for? And one last thing I was going to say, because people are probably going to ask me, maybe in the comments or maybe in real life, which halftime show did you watch? There was some controversy over that, of the Turning Point USA halftime show or the halftime show that was actually the Super Bowl halftime show. So I was at a Super Bowl watch party with my Sunday school group from church, and we decided to turn the TV off for halftime and just sing worship songs, which was cool. And then one of the couples, they had their little boy there. We sung "Wheels on the Bus" for him, and he kept going more, because I believe this is the sign for more in sign language. So he kept going more. So we had to do another rendition of the "Wheels on the Bus." But it was a fun time, even though the Super Bowl was maybe not the most exciting. It was a fun time. Let me know your thoughts down below on the Super Bowl, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.